to RealiTEA with me, Dashia. So I did watch the last two episodes of Real Housewives, and a little spicier in last night's episode. So we leave off on Kenya and the girls returning to the hotel from what was supposed to be like this well-to-do party that turned out to just be a normal, restaurant it looked like. But Marlo took it upon herself to go up to the room with the rest of the girls, and they began to bang on her door like they're trying to break it down. Now, mind you, yes, Kenya could have told them ahead of time, like, hey, this is why we're going to Alabama. But the way that they reacted was not called for, especially if Mayetta told y'all, okay, her child is in here asleep, and not even if Brooklyn wasn't there, she's in there asleep. There's no reason to bang on the door like that in a public space, right? Like, you have her number, you can call, text, whatever production is there, they can let you know what's going on. But we see them get cussed out by Kenya, rightfully so, and they get on the elevator, and as soon as they get downstairs, Marlo tries her damnedest to slam the door on Mayetta. And we see Mayetta black out just a little bit, not too much, because she got stuff to lose. But she basically told her, like, try it if you want to. You got the right one tonight. But I don't think it's a secret. I don't care for Marlo, y'all. I don't. I don't know her personally. Obviously, all I see is what is on the show. And the way that she is on the show is not acceptable. I know that she has a life coach, which is a step in the right direction, but I feel like she could benefit from something that is more geared towards her childhood traumas and mental health related things. I feel like the life coach she brought on for parenting skills, which that never hurts. But I honestly feel like she needs to dig deeper, because all we really know about Marlo is the surface level, right? We can tell by bits and pieces, okay, she had a rough childhood, and she was in foster care, and she had to take care of her younger siblings. And we see some of her siblings have some addiction issues, which I'm sure is a result of the environment that they were in. And yet, that's all we really know. We don't know anything else about her as a person beyond her liking labels, beyond her having to be in the who's events and things like that she claims she's a part of. We don't know much about her. And she's been a friend to the show for so long. And now that she has a peach, I feel like she's not bringing anything other than messiness, which I know it's reality TV. We want a little mess, but damn, like, can we get some reality from you? Just a little bit. No pun intended. Kenya told Sonya, you know what? You can go home. You don't got to come back. It's fine. Which I feel like Kenya just was fed up with everybody and what took place. So maybe if she was less frustrated, she might not have dismissed Sonya the way that she did. That was rude. That was a bit much. But things happen. We're all human, right? So after Kenya's rushed to the hospital, it seems like she just was overwhelmed and stressed with everything on her plate. The girls get together, they pray over her, and they hope for the best. And they also made a promise that when they got back to Atlanta, that they were gonna get along and everybody was gonna be kumbaya-ish. No, I doubt that's gonna happen, especially if y'all saw the preview for next week's episode. Doubt it. But we see Sheree go over to visit Kenya and check on her, give her some, some goodies, and they had a pretty good conversation, just about health and wellness. And Sheree kind of opens up a little bit about having fibroids. I like that Sheree is going there specifically. We don't get to hear her talk a whole lot about things beyond her like romantic relationships. So I think that was nice of her to open up about that, because I know a lot of women who live with that and who struggle with it, and it's a daily thing that they're working through. So kudos to Sheree for digging a little deeper on this episode. And this is the crazy part. I have always liked Sheree, but the more that she is clicking up with Marlo, I don't like who she's turning into. I feel like she's feeding into this whole mean girl esque sort of thing, and I don't know if she feels like she has to do that to remain interesting or relevant on the show, but it's not needed. It's really not. You just became a glamour, like you said. You have She by Sheree. Let's see more of what's going on with that. I don't care about not Marlo. I don't care about Martell. Okay, that's cool. Y'all doing y'all thing. I don't want to talk about him. Let's see you building up the She by Sheree now that you're putting it out there. Let's see more of your natural remedy health uh situation you have going on with the fibroids. Like, let's just dig more into those things versus this surface level stuff. And then with Candy, we see her and Todd have a sit down about his project coming out called The Pass. It's supposed to be a movie based on, I guess, a couple who are getting a hall pass, meaning they get to go out and have their adult fun without the other. I I would be interested in seeing it, and seeing who they cast for it, and I hope that people go out and support it. I wonder if they're going to put it out into like theaters. Is it going to be like a straight to TV movie? I'm curious to learn more about that. But the part that I really wanted to get to was Candy meeting with Mama Joyce, um, about how after a decade, basically, Mama Joyce still hasn't accepted Todd, and that makes me sad for both Candy, Todd, and their kids. Anything that you put out into the world is going to be there forever. And the oldest two daughters, obviously they're old enough to understand. The little ones will eventually get there. And I don't feel like she's taking those things into account. I don't know if she's one of those moms that's like becomes, I don't want to say envious, but envious of the fact that someone else is now the priority in their child's life and they aren't. And that scares her, or I don't know if she feels threatened by that. But the fact that Candy brought up, let's go to therapy, and she agreed, I think that is a great start. I am an advocate for therapy. I think we all could use a good session or 100. Just saying. So I hope that them going to therapy, they can get real and raw and honest about how much Mama Joyce's disdain for Todd has caused strife within the family. Um, Being a kid that was in a blended family, I know how Todd daughter's Kayla feels about hearing and seeing someone talk negatively about your dad, right? This is somebody you care about. This is somebody who you want to see in a positive light, and to hear someone degrade them over years and years and years of time, especially being a person in the South, we are raised to respect our elders. As I've gotten older, I've realized that respect is something that is earned. That doesn't mean that you have to be mean and nasty, or like Nene says, so nasty, so rude. But I also don't have to kiss your ass either. So, hey, come back, join me for next week's episode of Reality with me, Dashia D.